So you clicked on my video. LONEWolf Nation, salute, G's. This is a very serious video, so, you know what I'm saying? Brace yourself. I want to get straight into it. I want to talk about from me being, at a time where I was extremely addicted to, watching pornography and things of that nature. I remember coming across a series on pornography of basically, I remember how I found it, exactly. Just seeing a big booty in my recommended from already looking at a big booty video. And you know how when you on porn, you just want to, you just watching a whole bunch of different things because you don't really give a fuck. So I clicked on, I'm like, man, that shit, that's only fat. Let me click on that. I clicks on it, and it's basically a 2-minute video of a dude following this woman around until he get caught. He following her around because she got a big old booty in them jeans, and you could tell like the last 2 seconds of the video, she turned the corner, he turned it behind her, and then she fake caught the dude, so he ended the video. And it's a whole bunch of more videos. They got a whole section for this where they call it a certain thing. And these different dudes just recording women out in public. Whether she might just be standing in line waiting for something, he behind her. He just record her standing there because she got a big booty. Right? But now let me be honest and tell you, about how I used to be at one point in my life. I remember at one point in my life, I was a creep to where if I had to cross the street, but in front of me was a lady with a big old booty, I would literally stay on that side of the street and then make sure if I'm going past her, I'm at least wait a little while so I can get a good view of her because she got a big booty. That's how I was when I was a little teenager, you know what I'm saying? A little cringe teenager. I've done that before plenty times, and I'm sure there's dudes out here that could relate to that. Dudes that might have, spun a block because you was walking this way, but shorty got a fatty, so you spun around and you walked behind her and straight followed her. Because I'm gonna keep it real, I've done that too. Yes, I'm gonna admit it. You feel me? And listen, man. Of course, it's not like you literally following them, but you thinking like, yo, I want to talk to her. But then you don't really have the courage to. You trying to think about what you gonna say to this, fine lady that you holding on this big old pedestal. But yet, you don't have the courage to say nothing. So you wind up just literally what that was you was literally just following this woman around. And that's exactly what it turned out to be every time. Because 9 to 10 times I never said nothing to those women. I just would literally follow them around thinking about what I would want to say or what I should say, but never said nothing. Right? I wrote some things on the paper just so I don't lose track. Now I'm gonna be honest with y'all, tell y'all about another sad experience I had. So I had this big girl cousin on my grandpa's side. Rest in peace, grandpa. Man. A little bit about my grandpa, he died from lung cancer. He was one of them OGs, he lived in Marcy Projects for the majority of his life, Marcy Projects in Brooklyn. And, I stayed in the Bronx the majority of my life. For those that know, I'm from the Bronx. I'm not from Brooklyn, I'm from the Bronx. But anytime I was ever in Brooklyn was because of my grandpa. I spent the night in my grandpa's crib. He was always sipping Georgies, smoking cigarettes, watching Maury. He was a chill dude. Or, you know what I'm saying? My mom's side of the family, they all loved him. They called him Bobby. Well, rest in peace, grandpa, man. Stay away from cigarettes, bro. Stay away from cigarettes, bro. For real. I don't even understand people that smoke cigarettes. It's stupid. Cause he ain't had to go out like that, man. But anyway, it was at one point in time, my two twin girl cousins from my mom's side, they was staying with my grandpa at that time for a little while, and he never even knew about this. It was a time me and my little brother was over there, and we was in her room, and her room was weird because in her room she had Bow Wow pictures. It was Bow Wow and another light-skinned dude. Bow Wow and Chris Brown. Literally, I'm talking about the wall, every inch of the wall was covered with Bow Wow and Chris Brown pictures. And they both shared that room, her twin sister. They was in their 20s. So I'm sure one of them was a Bow Wow cringe and the other one was a Chris Brown cringe. Because that's crazy. I'm talking about the top of the ceiling. Every inch of the wall was Bow Wow and Chris Brown. Yes, if you didn't think women like that exist, they exist. At this time, I was about 13 or 11 years old. And she decided to play house with us this day, me and my little brother. But now the house games start getting a little weird. Because I guess, because she playing the mommy, she had me playing the pops. My little brother was I forgot what his role was. But she wound up pulling him in the closet too, because this is what happened. She wound up going in the closet and she like, hey, come in. I'm 13. I go in the closet, she got her bra and panties on. I ain't really understand what was going on. I'm like, what this my cousin? Like, what's she doing? And then I'm just frozen and like, shocked a little bit. I'm like, what the? She straight pulls my hand. She like, what you doing? Pulls my hand to grab her joint, grab her titties. And then I grabs her butt, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, she pulls my hand over there too to grab it. And I'm confused. I'm like, well, but then I'm starting thinking, I'm like, okay, I guess this is a part of the game or something. So I was doing it. I wasn't like ready to hit it or nothing like that. I ain't even had it stiff or nothing. I was just in shock. So then that only went for about a minute. I gets out the closet. Then she pulls my brother in the closet. Does the same thing, I'm sure. And I'm just still like, what's going on? Because now I'm even more weird. I'm like, hold on, I thought I was playing the part. Now she gonna pull my brother in there too? I don't know. It's crazy. So basically, I got violated a little bit by my big cousin. She was in her 20s. And she was probably, one of them girls that couldn't really pull the men that she wanted. So, and she, I'm sure, addicted to pornography, watching them, pornography videos of like the older lady, the stepmother, the babysitter, or the mother's friend, and she catch the son by himself in the video. I came across videos like that on porn where, she might have caught him and she, she might have top him off, or she might spank his joint, or he might straight hit it. Or it's mad videos like that on there to screw people brains up, and women out here really get their brains screwed up by that, and they start having little fantasies about messing with little boys. Why you think it's teachers out here that wind up really, it's all over the news and all that. The teachers wind up being in whole relationships or sleeping with their students. It be happening. Word. Let me tell y'all another sad encounter I had. I met this girl, Angie, a long time ago. We wound up falling out real bad. She stayed at Jackson Projects, and I went over there. She had her boyfriend there, but then they got into it because I'm over there. Her boyfriend is there. She told me she's single though. They in the room together. I come in, so I sit in she let me in. I'm sitting in the living room. I'm like, what's going on? Who that dude in her room she with? Paid her no mind. This time I'm like 17. So now they go out. He look at me. We ice grill each other because he come out the room and he look at me. Now we looking at each other and all that. What's good, Brody? You good? All right, Brody. So he come out the room and we just ice grilling each other. So now I'm confused more. It looked like someone's about to pop off, but he decides to walk out. Mind you, I'm from Mott Haven Projects, and I'm in Jackson Projects. For those that don't know about Bronx politics, at this time Jackson Projects was beefing with Mott Haven Projects, but at this point he didn't even know I was from Mott Haven Projects at this time. They go out in the hallway, she followed behind them, they arguing. Long story short, he walks off. We wind up going to the store a little bit after that. She telling me don't worry about it, you know what I'm saying? They had a little situation, but she getting rid of him. I'm like, all right. Obviously, it was a lie because it wound up never happening. Long story short. Now, I say I'm still there at this day. Now, we wound up going to the store like 2 hours later. And these dudes, him and his friend, he brought his friends over. I guess she had told them Whether she texted them or while they was arguing in the hallway, she told them I was from Marhaven Projects. Why would she do that? I don't know. Trying to line me up with something. So they find out I'm from Marhaven Projects. They 5 deep. They press the shit out of me. Violate. Oh, you from Marhaven Projects? Suck my going crazy. Of course, I backed down because I was not about to fight all of them. It was over. I straight walked away and I had my hands up like this, like, yo, chill. Like, I ain't even. But if of course somebody would have came upon me, I'd have had to take somebody down with me. Of course, I'd have got flipped though. But I straight backed down. I surrendered. I'm walking away though, but I was like this. I was like, chill. I hope I'm trying to just show that I'm not about to do no tough shit. Well, I'm not Superman. They'd have flipped me. They wound up not doing nothing. They just kept talking. They talked, but then they left me alone. I guess they respected that I was man enough to at least show that I was not about to do nothing back to them. I ain't even say nothing back to none. I was just quiet. They violated. I'm gonna give it to them. But they straight pussy though, cause I'd have fought son one-on-one if he had an issue. But he brought his friends. Long story short, me and her at this time we real close. That's just a little quick backstory. And she winds up telling me how, the reason why she a little off and she make dumb decisions is because when she was younger and she was staying in DR, she told me she was molested by a couple of her uncles in DR. A couple of her uncles. And while she was telling me this story, she was crying. I might have even cried, just because the whole spill of what she was telling me. It was crazy, And it kind of messed me up, but it gave me a new perspective on not only her, but just women in general, because I would have never thought that about her until she told me. Now, another messed up little situation that I personally went through, I believe that my father violated me. Yeah, literally violated. I was a little baby. At this time, I was little enough to sleep on my pop's stomach. And this is what I was doing when I was little, real little. But I still remember vividly, like, I had a weird experience of feeling like my pops might have, like, been playing in my butt. Like, he might have did something with his finger or something. Real quick, the way, like, but I woke up out my sleep. And obviously it was like, it might have looked over, but I ain't see nobody behind me. But, and I guess he tried to play it off and went to sleep. But then I woke up that next morning and for the first time in my life, I was a little baby and I doodled myself. It was doodle all in the bed, and he got mad at me. He like plucked me in my head. Cause my pops, he ain't never put his hands on me, but he'd do little stuff like that. But as I got older, he tried to explain to me. Then when we got older, he tried to flip it one day. We talking about it, not about that, but he's saying how he felt like one of his roommates at that time, because he had roommates when I was staying, when I would go over to his crib those times at that little. He said like he felt like one of his roommates might have snuck in the room while I was asleep, and he might have touched on me. But mind you, I never tried to bring it up while I was older enough, and he just wound up telling me this. Mind you, I never even brought it up to him and asked him like, yo, what happened that night? He just told me one day. At this time, I might have been like 18, 19. But I knew from then it was a guilty conscience, and he trying to flip the story because he know that I feel like that he might have touched me. So now he probably came up with a little, but I feel like he did it, yo. Because like I said, when I turned around that night, I remember vividly because it was a traumatizing feeling I felt, because I woke up out of my sleep and looked behind me, but nobody was there, and my pops was so-called asleep. And I woke up and doodled myself. And the reason why I know it had to have something to do with that is because, I'm gonna keep it real with you, I had a very bad experience when I did anal with one girl before. And literally, like, when I backed out from doing anal with this girl, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. It was doodle all over the condom, and it was oh my God. And then she wound up going and she rushed to the bathroom and took a crazy diarrhea. Oh, at this time, this is one of my girlfriends though. And we was together for like 2 years, so I even swept it under the rug. I was like, you know what, she ain't, this her first time doing it, my first time doing it. But yo, see how raw I keep it with y'all? Another thing, pedophiles. What you think make a pedophile want to be a pedophile? What you think when he thinking, yo, this little girl, she ain't never felt the feeling of a peace inside of her. She ain't never, you know what I'm saying? She ain't never, groped no peace up. She ain't never had no peace in her mouth. Cause, ain't no a lot of pure women out here. He probably thinking he can't really catch him no virgin. So he thinking about this innocent little girl, look like she got the potential to be beautiful. And now he getting these weird feelings to want to touch on this girl, kidnap this girl on some Jeffrey Epstein tip. Look up Jeffrey Epstein if you don't know about Jeffrey Epstein. This dude would have little girls come to his island, literally his island. He had an island. He would bring little girls to his island. They would give him a massage, and then he would back out on these little girls. And some little girls would straight be with it. I'm talking about little girls, middle school type little girls. Some little girls would be with it. He back out on them, and stuff go down. Other little girls wasn't with it, but they would recruit other little girls from their school and all that. Talking about, oh, come over here to this island. He having a party. Straight, a lot of them set these little girls up to get violated. Or to, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy out here. Or what you think, it's even women out here violating little boys, right? They thinking like, yo, this little boy, he ain't even experienced what it feel like to have, to be inside some walls or to bust from some walls. Or he might be masturbating now because he about 13, but he ain't never bust from no walls yet. And he ain't never felt the inside of a woman's mouth or none of that. And then she getting turned on because she done seen these videos on the internet of giving these little boys their first experience, but not knowing that these little boys, that like they not even little boys, they pretending to be little boys, they actors, and they seeing these boys having a good time, but really you violating this real life little boy from thinking that it's okay from watching the video. Because these grown women don't got no business putting their hands on these kids, man. But they gonna do it because of pornography. And 9 out of 10 times, I'm not gonna say 9, I'm gonna say about maybe 5 out of 10 times, little boys are love to have that experience from a grown woman. So it don't really be rape. But then as that little boy get older, he look back and I'm sure, that's just whack that you gonna provoke a little boy and be doing that and touching on another woman's son that you wouldn't even do to your own son, but you gonna violate another woman's son. But you don't care though, because that's not your son. So I wouldn't even put it past some of these women if they low-key done touched on their own son. Right? I'm sure that's happening out here too, man. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about porn addiction. Right? It's a minute I posted a long video for y'all, so you know what I'm saying? Let me do that. I hope y'all appreciate the raw, authentic honesty. You know what I'm saying? I done seen, let me keep it real with y'all. This probably gonna sound crazy, but F it. It was a time where I was young, I ain't had no real internet connection in my crib, so I couldn't go on the website. So I was like, yo, the library right up the street. If I go to the library, connect to the Wi-Fi, send it back real quick, just go in there and go to the website, go download this video real quick from porno, download it real quick, then come back to the crib, I could have the video. So that I don't gotta keep struggling with the connection. And I straight did that. Went to the library up the street, downloaded the video, came back to the crib and was spanking my joint to that video for a couple weeks. Man, it might have been like a couple days, I'm gonna say. Might have did that a couple times when I was young, for real, because I was young in the projects, wasn't nowhere else I could go to get free Wi-Fi, so I had to go to the library, man. Well, I didn't even been in the library and heard, some moaning from the computer, and this dude forgot to turn the volume down because he was watching porn on a public computer, where you had to go and ask, because you use the public computer, they give you a code and you only got about 15 minutes. This dude went and watched porn real quick. Or I'd have been on a bus, seen a dude in the middle of the bus. He not even in the back, he in the middle of the bus. I look over the joint because I'm sitting on a, you go up the stairs and it's the first set of seats, but he beneath me right before the stairs. I look over the joint for some reason. This dude is watching porn broad daylight on, on a bus. Then it's another dude. I was in the back of the bus. He was literally like right in front of me. This dude on the low trying to be creepy, but I'm peeping. I'm like, yo, what's good with this dude? Body language. I know he doing something he ain't supposed to be doing, making it hot. So I look over real quick. This dude is straight watching porn. Just looking at it. Looking at the girl getting her back blown out. He just looking. And another girl, I remember I was on a school trip. This girl, she was a known little freaky joint, but she was a little pretty too, so a lot of dudes were still with it to hit it. Shout out to Takia. She was a brown-skinned black girl, one of the few brown-skinned black girls I ever seen that was nice. And we was on a school road trip to where, you know, they give us, everybody had their own hotel room. It was one of them type of school trips where we was, like, went to a water park or something. So now I'm sitting here with my homie, and then my boy Jawan, sitting next to Takia because he was the closest dude out of my group of friends that was, you know, close enough to hit it. So we would fade back down and let Brody, you know, do his thing. So now she straight watching porn on the phone next to my bro. And she like, oh, I be watching porn trying to learn new moves and stuff. She doing it. Obviously, my bro probably crashed. He probably crashed dummy all in them walls in that trip. You watching porn, my boy probably hit for sure, right? Come on, man. But yo, I just wanted to tap in with those things. And you gotta think about it, man. Back to the first topic I brought up. The mindset of a dude that's gonna follow women around and record them. That's violation and it's crazy, yo. But these are sad, messed up things that's going on out here. Just make sure if you got a wifey or girlfriend, you tell her to stay safe if she beautiful. You make sure you tell her to be on her P's and Q's. There's creeps out here that's crazy. Out here kidnapping women. You know, all type of crazy stuff going on out here, man. OnlyFans going crazy. These women is becoming porn stars to get $1. I mean, bad enough we already got strippers. We don't even need to be having strippers out here, G. But that's a whole nother topic. This video long enough. I hope y'all appreciate the long, raw, authentic content. Listen, man, this is the dark side of pornography and what it do to people and some experiences, some real life stuff that I done brought up and spoke on in this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Love is love. I'm out, man. Peace. Make sure y'all stay on the journey, practice semen retention and NOFAP for the rest of your life and keep climbing. No matter how many times you may climb and slip and slide back down the ladder, you better get back on it and climb and stay positive no matter what. And you're gonna be alright out here, G, especially if you're young, man. Don't be too hard on yourself, G. You're gonna be alright, right? There's people out here that have been through way worse. You'd have heard my life story. You probably never even knew I had to go through them little weird experiences, man. And there's people out here that have probably been through worse than me or could relate to what I done said. So listen, man. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay humble. And y'all stay on the ladder of prosperity, man. And keep climbing no matter what. Salute. I'll let y'all soon, man.